I've already cussed a ton, so that may be a problem.
The Midwest, home sweet home in good old Indiana. Place of small towns, cozy families gathered together, and fields of corn and rustic woods. But, like any town, there is a dark underbelly that often goes unnoted. We are part of that darkness. We lurk in the shadows to bring you the best in horror, metal, and stories of the grotesque. This is Blood in the Cornfields.
All right, welcome in, fellow cellar dwellers. How's everybody doing?
Hi, all. How was everything? How's everything been going? How has Halloween been? How has everything been since the last time we've seen you?
That's right.
I feel like that's important to ask how you're doing.
It is. and in fact, Halloween was yesterday, as of us recording this.
As of this, yeah.
Absolutely. So I'll start with you. How was your Halloween or Halloween-ish, what
festivities?
Week?
Yeah, right.
I don't know what you make out of it.
So for Latinos, our, Halloween extends. It's like it's expansive. And I'm not going to say Dia de los Muertos is like Hispanic Halloween. No, it's not. It's a completely different holiday, but it's still a very important holiday that typically actually does begin on Halloween, or some of the festivities do. But I've already, like many other people in the Latino community, have already started decorating their ofrendas.
Yeah.
If they do celebrate it, not all Hispanics, of course, celebrate this holiday, but I've already started back in the 1st of October. I put up my ofrenda where it has pictures of, if you've seen Coco, where it has pictures of loved ones that have passed away. Maybe there's candles or sugar skulls, that sort of thing. Offerings to the dead as well.
Yeah.
Because November 2nd is vastly approaching. And as a funeral director, I actually do a Dia de los Muertos mass in a cemetery, or at least I participate in one.
Sweet.
Every year. So I am looking forward to that as of this recording.
And then you do it the 2nd?
Yep, November 2nd. Mm-hmm.
So that's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've been preparing all year for it. But yeah, no, it's a very important celebration. So I've been looking forward to that. As far as Halloween, it was great. It was my son's first Halloween.
Yes.
He had a good time until he didn't. He was so done. It got cold. We had snow on Halloween.
Yes. This morning, my windshield wipers froze to my windshield. Yeah, did not like that at all. It was like on the ground. It was accumulating.
It was. I was like, I woke up and I was like, I went to bed on October 31st and then I woke up to December 1st.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell happened? November's gone.
Yeah.
I missed Thanksgiving. I missed everything. I missed the dog show. That's it. It was awful this morning, the drive to work. It was a bit icy, but only in Indiana.
Yeah.
This is just what happens.
And I loved your guys' outfits, by the way.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Luke killed it. I'm sorry, he was the star of the show, in my opinion. He killed it.
So we dressed up as characters from the Labyrinth, and of course my husband was Jareth with the awesome mullet. Yes. It was wonderful. And then my son was Baby Toby, and of course I was Sarah. Yeah. It was a good time. But yeah, Luke really did. He pulled that off so well.
Yes. No, it was really good. Really good.
And funny thing, my son can't fit into that striped pajamas anymore. He's already outgrown it.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
That is crazy. Well, that sounds like a pretty active Halloweenish time.
Yeah, how was yours? What'd you do?
So I was chill. So you know this because I've told you because we talked about it, but we have not gone to Beebs and Ash in Goshen. We've wanted to, and we just talked about hey, it's been over a year since we tried to go.
Best burger joint, y'all got to check it out.
Yes, absolutely. So we went to Beebs and Ash around 5 p.m., I want to say, yesterday. And it was pretty cool because there were still some kids trick-or-treating because that was our whole intention was we like to walk. So we'll go and, park maybe by the restaurant and then walk around the whole square or the whole area or whatever before we go eat. So we were just kind of looking at all the cool, little kids trick-or-treating and stuff like that. So that was really kind of relaxing and peaceful to see. And then we went in and got some pretty killer food.
Nice.
I really enjoyed enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I got the hella parm fries.
Oh my God, aren't those to die
Yes,
for?
there's so much Parmesan, and it's like, it almost felt like I was eating a spider web. It's so finely grated.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And then anything that says garlic aioli, like I'm
You're there.
all over it. Yes. So it was great, and I had the the Frisco melt. Outstanding, great place. Definitely recommend it for sure.
So what was the best like costume that you saw out and about?
So it was all little kid related. Of course, they had the little kid like being abducted by the aliens, the blow up alien,
Nice.
which was pretty cool. This little girl that I want to say was like a year and a half was like a brown and white cow, and it was just like the cutest thing ever. So I'd probably say she would have took it, in my opinion. So
nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cute.
I think the best one we saw for trick-or-treating was I don't know, he stole my heart because like he is so cute. It was just this little Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
And he had his hair dyed green. And I was like, I would have never thought of that.
Yeah.
To like dye your kid's hair green to go with the costume. Like that's so cute. And like our son and him had like this connection, and it was like the cutest thing.
Yeah.
And then like of course like this little kid must have like other younger siblings at home or something.
Yeah.
Because he's like, baby, oh, there's a baby. It's just like, it was so sweet. I couldn't help it, but I was like, yeah, you made my night. Thank you, little Ninja Turtle dude.
Yeah. And me and the girlfriend did not dress up. We just...
You don't need a costume dress up.
Don't, but here's the thing though. So I have the perfect Halloween costume, and I've not done it for 3 years straight now. And like, I'm just telling y'all now, I'm going to do it next Halloween. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to say who it is. Y'all ain't going to guess it, but it's not, I have never seen anyone dress as this before. And I'm going to have to get into character. I've already practiced. I won't even say whether it's a he or she. I've already practiced the voice.
Oh my God.
And the vocals for it.
Nice.
So I did it like 3 years ago. Because I've been background in enough bands that like I can match pitches and mimic voices and do all that type of shit. So I just listen to it just over and over. And I'm not going to say what it is, but it is going to be absolutely badass when I do it next year. So
I'm excited.
I have slacked and not done it, but I am going to do it this next Halloween 2024. I'm going to do it.
Goals.
Yes.
That's awesome.
For sure. But yeah, that was about it. Not a lot new movies I watched. Natty Knox.
Ooh,
yeah. So I got this because I'm a huge Bill Moseley fan.
Yes, you are.
Danielle Harris, who I am also a huge fan of. The only two actual like, I don't know what the hell you call them, headshots and autographs that I possess are Bill Moseley and Danielle Harris.
Nice.
Those are the only ones I possess. And it had Robert Englund in it.
Oh, really?
And so I was like, hey, shit, let's go.
What year would you say this was?
So this was actually just released this year. Oh, so I think it hit shelves media-wise a month ago.
Okay.
And it was one that I had known about. And it's funny because they're like, I always love when movies, like shitty movies do this. They'll put like, from the director of Halloween 4.
Right.
But they don't put his name because it's like, well, if they put his name, you probably won't know it unless you're hardcore.
Right.
So yeah, it had that. And it says, from the director of Halloween 4. And I always am like, now are we talking Halloween 4 as in 1 to 4? Or are we talking like, are you throwing in the new ones?
Right.
And
no
are
kidding.
you counting Rob Zombies? Like, where really is 4?
Where is 4?
Yeah.
That's
so, funny. Yeah, I just thought that was really interesting. So, but, not a great movie. But I will support those two any day. The plot was weird, but I'm not even going to get into it all that much. But, if you want to see it, Natty Knox, like, it's cool to see Bill Moseley. He plays the bad guy.
Nice.
It's entertaining, but it's if I'm rating out of 10, it's a 6. It's a good 6 out of 10. And then I finished The Red Door.
Oh,
so
nice.
we finished off the Insidious movies. Liked it. I won't go too much into it because I don't reveal any plots. The Insidious franchise, in my opinion, is one that is worth watching. So yes, highly recommend it. Great movies. It does have actual legit jump scare ability.
All right, that's
it got me
always
once.
good.
Out of the 5 movies, it got me once. It did. They got me once, and it was The Red Door. That got me once. So yeah, no, I definitely would recommend the Insidious franchise. Now I gave the girlfriend an option to choose between The Conjuring and Phantasm. And so,
oh shit!
Yeah, so like she doesn't really know a ton about.
So you want to go
likes horror
silly?
movies, but yeah.
Do you want to go silly campy, or do you want to go silly serious?
Yeah, and Conjuring has some similarities, in my opinion, to Insidious. First of all, the lead actors, I don't remember their names, but you could switch their roles, and I wouldn't be able to tell you who the hell's who.
That's so
I don't
funny.
know the dudes' names, but you could switch their roles. And then Phantasm is like really close to my heart, but I've not seen the newest one. I think it's like called Ravager or something like that.
Was that the one before the tall man died?
It's been so long I don't even remember.
Okay.
I have the whole like collection. It's like I think a 5-pack or whatever. Got it for my birthday.
Actually, I think we have the Phantasm collection as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, I turned around and I was like, I think we do.
So she vetoed to me, and so I said, well, if I'm choosing, then we're choosing Phantasm. So
nice.
We will be watching Phantasm next.
Yeah. My husband last year just watched the first Phantasm, and he was like blown away. I was like, oh, that was really good.
Just the sheer creativeness of the plot, and it's like, what? Like,
So good.
Where the hell did you come up with this?
And the
tall man.
Iconic.
So I'm going to talk about him for what we're going to talk about later.
Yes.
Because that was one of my guys that I'm like, hey, I kind of might want to at least interject him because, I mean, Angus playing him, one of the most, in my opinion.
Angus Grimm or Scrim?
Grimm.
Okay.
Yeah. Playing that character. Oh, so good.
He's so good.
One of the few characters that legit creeped the shit out of me when I was a little kid. Not many did it, but Angus was definitely one of them. And my other one is on this list too that I'm going to bring in.
Nice. So Angus Grimm is what I feel like every time I say, oh, I'm a funeral director, that's what comes to their mind as Angus Grimm. And it's like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that, though.
You don't have little minions running around and shit? Taking you through
You know what? You know what? We have minions, but not like that. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But before we go into our list and the topic of today's discussion, we want to kind of have a chance to kind of talk about...
You were right. Look at you.
Was it Scrim?
It is Scrim. I thought it was Grimm.
Yes! Let's go.
See, with the two of us, you're the detail-oriented. You remember this shit? I don't remember.
I'm surprised I remembered it, to be honest with you.
I just occasionally will say the dick and fart jokes and start us all off, and that's my role here.
No. You're more than that. But as far as what we'd like to have some interaction with our audience, we're thinking about doing some kind of charity events in the future, in the very near future.
Yes.
I know one of the ones that we're thinking about doing come December, you heard it here.
That's right.
We're thinking about doing a Toys for Tots drive, but with a Krampus theme.
Yes.
Might be funny, might be silly. We're going to try.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're like maybe a day or two away from finalizing. So we're just throwing that out there in hopes that putting that positive vibes out in the
Right.
ether and having it come back. So we're thinking the first weekend and Saturday, do an event, doing some different things. We'll kind of keep it vague until maybe the next episode, hopefully, but also look for it out on social media. We'll definitely probably link it there.
Oh, yeah,
have all
absolutely.
the info in there first. But we do have another event that's going to be coming up. So that's something to look forward to.
But we need some other charities. Maybe you
Yes.
guys might know that are either local that would, like our kind of spooky take on things. And even if they don't, just something that we can help, donate to a good cause.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to kind of throw a couple ideas, but we'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is your part to be interactive. Please leave in the comment sections. If you have family members that, do work. My family, for example, is very heavily in the cystic fibrosis donating area section. My mom has been dealing with that. not the actual, cystic fibrosis, but she's been on a board to do donations for that for years. So I have that. I'm a big proprietor of the Humane Society, SPCA, that sort of thing. I'm always a go-to for that. Outside of that and Toys for Tots, I'm kind of drawing blanks. So that's where we definitely need you guys.
For me, I definitely, as far as charities go, one of the charities I really like is is Guidance Ministries in Elkhart. It's not necessarily
is that the all men's one?
No, it's more. It's not really a homeless shelter, but they cater to the homeless and they try to help them, like give them a place to stay warm.
Sure.
Try to give them food, that sort of thing. So yeah, that would be awesome. To do something to help raise money for them, whether that be providing something to keep them warm throughout the winter, because winter is vastly approaching and very dangerous if nobody has a place to call home or keep warm.
Very true.
The other place or the other charity that I like to think about quite often is Rio's Rainbow. I don't know if you guys know about this one.
I've not.
There was a young lady who unfortunately died by suicide. March 14th of 2022. She had alopecia. She was very, very young. I for lack of a better term, I don't know exactly how old she was. I want to say she was probably 12 or 13. Yeah, and she was just made fun of for her alopecia. And
fucking people.
It was so sad. And I remember when it happened and there was a big, not necessarily big to do, but like, thank God it was a big to-do because it really gave sight to like how bullying can affect people.
Do better, people. Do better. That's horseshit.
And our slogan here is, be good to each other and, good night, cellar dwellers.
Yes.
But, we do want you to be good to each other. Be better people. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Be better people in the world because as we explained in our Why Horror episode is like, we go into horror because it's our way of coping with the real horrors of the world. And so I think it's important for us to reach out to, charities like that to kind of help out, a little bit to combat the real horrors of the world.
Yeah. And also, too, I mean, the last episode, I hope that they're going to air in this order.
Yeah.
But I made that left-hand turn. Sorry about that. I still, a little warning for all that. But yeah, we talk about the suicide topic and stuff like that. So it's, I expressed pretty much my feelings on that episode. But yeah, just do better, people. Like, it's... Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I completely agree. We'd like to know, on a lighter note, we'd like to know your thoughts. So what are some other places that we should be looking at to help with donations or to help, local charities in the area?
Yeah.
We'd like to do something for them. Like I said, they don't necessarily have to agree with our spooky aesthetic, but,
absolutely.
Hey, we just want to help out people. That's just our thing.
And that's, that is, in my opinion, whether you want to say 50-50, 60-40, of this podcast. And the thing that's really cool is that, like, Fort Goshen, Northern Indiana area, Lower Michigan, that sort of stuff, like, this is a podcast for y'all. Like, we welcome interaction. We welcome, questions, anything like that. We're going to try and work on the podcast and get it more interactive, but we've also got to build up a following to where it's really worth to kind of do that, because we're going to have to invest some time and maybe some money or whatever it is, but we want it to be interactive, and these can be events that you all can listen to on the podcast and go to, and then just like, you don't really get that, like all of the podcasts I listen to are not any sort of local thing to where, like, we can share, notes and comments with each other and build something together and then have, this wonderful thing that we all show up to.
Right.
To me, that's something that's pretty rare in this now not rare field of podcasting.
Right.
Is, having that interactive. So that's really a big goal of this podcast. So please feel free to hit up our Instagram, hit up whatever. Hell, the reason we started this thing is because I wanted a horror movie social club that literally just did events.
Yep.
Like whether it's screening movies, whether it's, having bands play, all that sort of stuff. So if you are in a band or you have a, like we have a friend that has a, a comedy thing.
Yeah.
We have, all these other things. Like if you have something like that, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll do charity. We'll do like hang out. We're not trying to make millions and millions of dollars, and that's not our main, focus or anything like that. So.
We just want to share the Midwest with y'all.
There you go.
We just want to share that and give you multiple ways of saying goodbye, because apparently that's something Midwesterns do. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's like multiple goodbyes. Oh yeah, see ya. Oh, goodbye. You have a good day. Take care. It's never just one goodbye.
Yeah.
Or you like start going into another conversation. You're there for another 2 hours.
Yes.
Honestly, this could be another family-friendly episode if we really wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But we just want to, I don't know, maybe come up with something for the kids by older kids. Because that's basically what we are at this point. We may be parents, but by God, we are still kids at heart.
Yes. And we're purposely being vague because there's a reason we're having this episode. There's a bigger, kind of reason behind this, and we're not going to kind of divulge that just yet. I think we need to get all of our ducks in a row and find out like, hey, this is what we're doing. And this is why we're doing it, how we're doing it, so on and so forth. So we are purposely being vague. It's not just you. You're not just saying, whatever.
And honestly, we could also use engagement with this as well.
Exactly,
because what better way to teach children but through their ABC?
Yes.
And how do you do that? With horror movies.
Yes.
Kids will always find a way to sneak in and watch something terrifying that their parents, aren't allowing them to look at. So why don't we just bring it to the table and be like, here, look at all the things that you probably shouldn't be looking at. But you know what? At least you're educated. You're informed on it while you're also learning your ABCs.
Yes. Absolutely. So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be kind of talking about our favorite characters that, incorporate the according letter, I guess,
of the alphabet. Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to kind of go and talk about some. I have some steadfasters that I'm like, I will pound the table on. Only a few. But let's get it started. What do we got? Yeah. I forget what you sent me the list.
Yeah.
My memory is
That's
like
okay.
a mouse.
That's okay. Hey, I'm just keeping notes. Is all I'm doing. So let's start with A. That's where you start, right? That's the first letter of the alphabet. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So one of the ones I thought of was Elmer from Brain Damage.
Okay, yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I believe so. Now I know the movie and I'm trying to think. Let me look.
So
I don't want to say.
Let me give y'all that don't know, kind of, and maybe this might spark your memory, but like Brain Damage, it's this weird movie about this young boy who gets like this kind of leech creature stuck to him.
That's that freaking cover I love.
Elmer's the one that like feeds him all this information, like, oh, you should do this, or you should kill somebody, that sort of thing. And he's kind of cute. He's kind of cute to look at if you Google Elmer. They do spell it Allymer, not E.
Yeah.
But that was a character that I thought like, you know what? That wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be a bad idea for kids to be, aware. There's a message. There's a message to Brain Damage. There's a reason why it's called Brain Damage. He sucks the brains out of people.
So I knew what you were talking about, but I did not know that it
had a name.
Yeah. I did not know that. So that's why I was a little like, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so that I don't know. That's what I thought about for A. Anything for you?
No, that's a pretty good one. I'm cool with that. No other big A's that I would knock that off come to mind.
Yeah, the only other one I could think of is Alice, Sweet Alice.
Yeah,
but it's like I mean, it's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. It's a wonderful movie. But it's just not a creature. And I kind of think for what we're going for, it should be some sort of weird creature thing.
Something that's odd.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing too with this particular project. We want it to be something obscure.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
There's so many different things out there for
Michael Myers,
right? Or Jason Voorhees, or Freddy Krueger, or Chucky. Everybody knows
that goddamn Freddy Krueger just. God damn it! Oh, yeah, no. Not the Freddy Cougar.
Yeah, we want something weird. We want something that really just has not been done. We haven't seen. So let's move on to B. It's a couple things that come to mind.
Yeah,
Belial.
Okay, wait, what? Why does that sound so familiar?
Basket case.
Yes, okay. I was like, wait. How do I know that?
You know, the original.
Yes.
Sorry, I gotta collect myself.
Yes.
The original Malignant.
Hey, stop it now.
I'm sorry. Every time I think of Malignant, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, because that's like when I even first started watching the movie, I'm like, is this just Basket Case?
The cover of him, like, I used to have the original Basket Case shirt.
Oh my God.
Of just the hands coming out in the eyes.
That's awesome.
Like, that's one of my favorite covers. Like, yeah.
So have you ever seen any of the sequels?
I've seen Basket Case 2, and I don't know if there's more than 2.
I think there's 3.
Oh, there is 3. Yes, there is 3.
Because I remember 2, because that was the carnival one.
Back in the day. Like, this is back in the day that I saw these, so...
Oh, my. Yeah, so good.
That's why I was like, man, that sounds so familiar.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Yes.
Belial. Yes. Another contender is Bud the Chud.
Bud the Chud, yes. See, I was thinking Chud for C, but it's Bud the Chud.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we could totally do Chud for C. You know?
I got another one for C that I'm gonna put on my table.
Okay.
Belial,
no,
that's. Yeah,
tell us for C. What are you thinking?
It's Chop Top. It's fucking Chop Top, baby. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, notice we didn't say, Leatherface. That's L anyway. But, it's Chop Top because he is obscure.
Chop Top.
He's from the second movie.
That's right. Chop Top.
Best one.
Best character in a movie. If you don't agree, I'll fight you over it.
The other one I thought about for C was Coffin Joe.
Coffin Joe. So
he is this, I can't remember. I just know that he's Latino.
Mm-hmm.
But he is very big. I don't know necessarily in that community, but in that horror community, where he has like these nasty, really long clawed fingernails.
Ooh.
And he has these really weird movies like Coffin Joe, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's got weird movies,
long
man.
Nails, really.
He's got a long top hat. He kind of looks like a vampire, but he's actually like a mortician.
Almost like, oh, really?
Yeah,
I keep thinking
weird.
of never mind. There's a character in my head that I'm thinking of. I think it was it the Babadook?
The Babadook. Yeah.
Okay, in the the hat or whatever.
You know what? He's kind of Babadook-esque if you compare the two side by side.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have that for like the YouTube version of this, but so you can see the characters we're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah.
C, Chop Top. That's my final.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
D. This one's really getting me because I don't really know what for D. The only thing that came to my mind was Dr. Caligari.
So I'm gonna go similar to yours, but this is near and dear to my heart. Dr. Giggles.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I loved me some Dr. Giggles back in the day.
Tell us about the movie a little bit.
So, I mean, Dr. Giggles is, if I remember correctly, a dentist, and he just giggles, and then he'll, gas you and kill you. It's been years since I've seen it. The main actor I know I've seen in other stuff, and I'm not looking it up, so this is just me going off memory. I don't have my laptop with me, and I'm not going to use my phone. So, but yeah, he, just... I can't do the laugh. That's terrible. But yeah, he's, gives people laughing gas and he's a dentist that kills people.
I love that.
Sweet.
That's actually pretty good. I like that one for Dr. Giggles. Like I said,
Giggles.
Dr. Caligari was the first thing that came to mind. I even thought Dagon.
Dentist? You keep talking. I'm going to look that up. I can't remember if he was just a regular doctor or if he was a dentist.
I feel like that would make sense if he was Dr. Giggles and he's a dentist because the laughing gas, you know? So while you're looking that up, I'm going to move on to E. This is one that I struggled with, but Luke had a good idea for E.
What did he say for E?
So Luke said EGA.
What?
Yeah.
And by the way, no, he was not a dentist. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking of. It said that, he just had regular patients. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was trying to replace a heart for his ailing wife. And then that's when he got started.
Hey, that's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's a weird dude.
Dr. Giggles, yes.
EGA. So it was a big staple of the MST3K, like Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
3000. It was a main staple on that show because I used to watch it in college all the time. But it was a movie about a killer caveman that got defrosted.
Okay, that is...
And, of course, it takes place in the 50s and, like, this... sorry, we're going to try to make this a kid-friendly episode. It takes place in, like, this desert wasteland, kind of, like, Arizona-looking place. And they got dune buggies riding around. And, like, these teenagers try to... I don't know if they try to incorporate him into, like, the 50s, 60s kind of swing. And they take him to a party and, like, try to adapt him into, like, society.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it's quite like that. Maybe I'm getting it confused with The Creature Walks Among Us. I'm not sure.
Could be.
But, like, it basically is that same premise. And then, of course, at the party, he, like, screws everything up and he starts taking women left and right.
Yeah, I wasn't... For some reason, I think my brain is getting crossed. So I was like, Ed. But I think I'm thinking of...
Like Evil
Bud.
Ed?
Could be. No, my thought was what's the Day of the Dead zombie? Is his name Ed or Bud?
But I think it's, what is it? I think
You know
you're
the
right.
one that has the headphones?
Yeah, I think it's Bud.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm thinking it's
Ed.
Bud the Chud. Oh, maybe it is Ed. Oh, Evil Ed. When I think of Evil Ed, he's a comic book character.
Okay.
And he's horror nerds help me out here too. My mind's drawing a blank, but I think he's also the dude from that vampire movie. Help me.
Which vampire movie?
Oh, there's so many of them.
I'm trying to. That's
okay. There's Evil Ed. There's that one. Yes, it's the one from the comics.
Is it?
But then there's also the one that like gets the cross in his forehead.
I'm sorry. I'm just hanging you out to dry on this one.
It's okay. Oh, Fright Night.
Oh, okay.
I think his name's Evil Ed, or he goes by that. I thought. I don't know. You all are more than welcome to correct me.
That's why. So yeah, I mean, we're leaving this open forum. So if it seems like I seem like an idiot and I can't remember things, I'm going off the list, and I was trying to fill the holes. So I wasn't paying attention to the ones that you already had on the list.
It's all
I was trying
good.
to fill holes.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just keep it going.
Yeah.
So I think that works for E.
E. Yeah. Ega.
Okay, I have also one for F.
Okay, tell us.
I have Father MacGruber from Dead Alive. I kick ass for the Lord.
Devil is amongst us. Stay back, boy. This calls for divine intervention. I kick ass for the Lord.
Yes.
I love him, Father MacGruber.
Yes. So that was my F.
He didn't deserve to die. That man's too good for this world.
Yes.
I love him. Oh my gosh. That scene with him like fighting those what are they, biker guys?
Yeah, he starts
so
out by
good.
jumping over that fence and like a kick.
But like he dies so quick. I'm
I
like,
know.
no, you didn't need to be impaled. Why?
Yeah, so that was my F. I don't know what you have written down.
Oh my gosh, no, that's good. Honestly, the only thing that my husband and I could come up with was we went bold. We went into like a whole different territory. We did Full Moon Pictures, and that's not a creature, but it's a thing.
Listen, they just restocked their hoodies, their zip ups.
Oh my god,
$60. Yeah, I'm buying one. I gotta kind of.
What design?
No, it's just straight up traditional. Zip up Full
nice.
Moon logo.
Oh, that's so
top,
cool.
What is that? That's my right. Top right, like breast. And then on the back, the big layout of the full moon. Just the full moon logo.
Beautiful.
I was like, fuck.
So those of you that don't know, Full Moon Pictures is like the bread and butter of like the horror movie days when you could go to like a mom and pop VHS rental store. Video store. Oh my god. As soon as you went in there and you saw that Full Moon logo, you're like, I'm going to that shelf. You have everything I want. You may even have softcore stuff. I don't care. I'm going over there. Charles Band knew what he was doing.
Yes. And if I am not mistaken, one of the ones I was going to suggest for C, but I don't remember if this is a full moon feature, and I'm trying to look it up. I'm not finding anything. Anyway, I'll just say it anyway. Castle Freak.
I love Castle Freak.
I don't think it's a full moon movie. But yes, Castle Freak was also going to be my C, but it has Jeffrey Combs, which is
Reanimator.
Yes. What is the character's freaking name? It's one of my Herbert West.
Herbert West.
I was going to say it's one of my damn favorite movies. But yeah, that was going to be my other C, but nah, Chop Top.
Nice. So that's awesome. I love Father McGruber. So, gee, while we're on the full moon subject, Ghoulies.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. I used to think they were going to eat my butthole when I was when I was little, going to the bathroom. So
honestly, same.
Yeah.
You go in again, that full moon pictures display. That's the first thing you see is
the
that little
green
ghoulie
guy
popping out of the toilet.
Yep. Thought he was going to chomp on my O-ring like nobody's business. Yeah.
Oh, but genius marketing.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like, oh, can you imagine like all the letters they must have gotten that like, you scared my kid, now they can't poop.
Yeah, like Ghoulies and Critters own a lot of special like real estate in my heart. Like it's not even
like
funny.
I know Gremlins could technically count for G, but everybody knows, everybody and their mother knows who the Gremlins are.
No. Ghoulies would destroy Gremlins. They would destroy them.
They would. You know, they might have had the lamer puppets, but you know what? They would destroy them.
Yes.
Have you seen the second one? One of them grows big.
Yes,
I'd like to see a gremlin do that.
Exactly. Yes. Ghoulies. Definitely that. Steel stamp that.
Yep.
Unless y'all in the comments come out with something like a haymaker, but that's Ghoulies. Man, that's going to be a hard one to shake me off of.
So H, I had two different ones that I was kind of looking at. The first one was Haosu. It's a Japanese film.
See, in the Japanese stuff, I will already tell you, not good with the Japanese stuff.
So, okay, Haosu is a weird movie. It's wonderful. So just a small synopsis. It is on Criterion, so you can technically watch it on Max.
Okay.
But basically it's about these stereotype girls that go to a haunted house. And when I say stereotype, I mean they have names like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. One of them's called Sporty. Another one's called like they're so mean to her. They call her like Fatty. Something like that. Another one's called Beautiful. Another one's called
with no irony?
No, there is irony. Well, okay, no, not really, because that's like their characteristic. They're named after their characteristics.
So no like guy called Tiny that's like 7 feet tall. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And it's so bizarre. And like the poor quote unquote fat chick, she isn't even fat. What are you doing? She just likes to eat. You're a jerk.
Nothing wrong with that.
But like they all visit the girl Beautiful's aunt, who's this witch. And like the house, the more that they start spending time in this house, the more weird things that just start to happen. Honestly, if kids are going to watch this, it's a bizarre trip. You're going to have a weird time, but it's a good one. So that's what I was thinking for H. And then the other one I thought about was called, it's a movie called Highway to Hell. And it has like Ben Stiller in it when he was very young.
Why do I feel like I know this?
And I was thinking about Hell Cop from the movie.
Yes. Yeah.
He's like this really cool kind of Terminator looking dude.
Yeah.
He's got like his handcuffs are actual hands. Like severed hands. And like the whole movie's about this dude trying to rescue his girlfriend from hell.
Sweet.
And it is so silly. It's so tongue-in-cheek good.
Yeah.
So those were the two that I was going for H. Do you have any?
My only one would be Henry.
Ooh, okay.
From the movie Henry.
Like Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That would be a scary villain.
Yes. That was my H that I was kind of coming up with.
And then for S, I could not think of anything. So if you could, the only thing I have is, sorry, did I say S? My bad. I meant I. For I, because we're going in order. H-I. My bad. So for I had one thing, but I really couldn't think of too much, was like The Innocents.
The Innocents.
Like, are you familiar with the story of the Turn of the Screw?
No. I have no idea.
Okay, so it's a movie. They also came out with a recent movie adaptation of it with like Finn Wolfhard. It's been adapted so many times. It's
Really?
ridiculous. But it's a movie called The Innocents where like it's about this nanny who starts watching these two children, but these two children start acting really weird around her, like something's going on, and that the nanny thinks that these two kids might be possessed by like the previous owners of the house. And you can't tell, are they actually innocent or are they possessed?
Interesting.
So that's the only thing I could think of for
I got nothing for I. We're gonna need
Ice Cream Man.
Ice Cream, yes. Ron, what did the Howard was that?
Yeah, Howard. Ron Howard's brother. What was his name? Is it Clyde Howard or Carl? Something weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I have it on VHS. I've been sorting through them the past few days, and I just pulled this out yesterday. Clint Howard. Yes.
Clint Howard.
Yes.
Yes, that man. Clint Howard.
Yes,
Weird,
Clint Howard.
Weird, funny thing about Clint Howard. In his youth, he was in Winnie the Pooh. He's Roo. He's the little kangaroo. That's Clint Howard.
That's random.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's so weird.
That's not a bad eye.
Yeah.
It's not a bad eye.
So yeah, Ice Cream Man. That's a bizarre movie in and of itself. It's so good though. Highly recommend. All right, Jay.
Not doing Jeepers Creepers.
No. Nope, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
No, not Jeepers Creepers.
The only one I could think of for Jay, just because I love her, you love her, Julie.
Mm-hmm.
I love that woman.
Yeah,
She's my favorite from Return of the Living Dead Part 3.
Yes. Oh my goodness. We may do a smash or pass, but like
we will in the future.
Had the hugest crush on her, and it's like,
God, she's so cute.
Yeah, and then you know who she is, like who she's gone on and done.
No.
Oh,
I didn't know that. Has she done stuff?
Yes.
Man, I feel terrible that I don't.
She's done like some NCIS type shit or whatever.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my. Well, okay. While he's looking that up, Return of the Living Dead Part 3 is the best.
Oh yes.
2 sucks.
I'm sorry. She's just so freaking hot in that movie. It's ridiculous.
So her whole thing is that she, like, I'm not gonna do too many spoilers. It's a fact. If you see the cover of the movie, you automatically need to know what the fuck you need to know what that cover is
I've already
representing.
cussed a ton, so that may be a problem. But yes, so she has been. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh really?
She's so that's her now.
Okay.
She was in the OC.
Okay.
You remember that show?
Yeah, I do.
So yeah, she was the mom on the OC.
All right.
She was in CSI, so I was close. NCIS.
Oh, okay.
She also was in Charmed, Xena Warrior Princess.
She was in Charmed?
Yes. But yeah, the OC is probably the one I would say second one, other than Return of the Living Dead. Which is cool. No, one of the very first times we got together, we both had Return of the Living Dead 3 shirts on.
I know. That was so funny. You're like, oh, you got yours from Coffin. What was it? Coffin. What was
Cavity
it?
Colors?
Cavity Colors.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, no, mine's from Freight Rags.
Fright Rags, yeah.
But it was like, oh, it was still the same image. And it was just like, oh, that's too cool.
But yes, if you all have not seen and you are slightly...
Curious?
Well, I was thinking obscure or slightly, I don't know what you would call both of us, but we're both the same. Yeah, she is insanely attractive in that movie.
Oh my gosh. And like the fact, okay, I was trying to get into this, but like, I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but if you just look at her, just Google a picture of Julie from Return of the Living Dead 3.
And she's got all the metal
spikes that looks like piercings, but they're so strategically placed that it's like, oh.
Yes, no, they did an amazing job on that.
She has to do this though for her survival because that's how she stays sane.
Yeah.
Because she craves brains.
And good on her. She's 54 now and like
still looking hot.
Still smoking hot. Yeah, absolutely.
Was it Melinda Clark? Is her name?
Melinda Clark. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, no, she's cute.
Yeah,
definitely look it up.
Definitely worth a watch. Yes, that is my J. That's another one where like I don't see how anyone can sway me off of that because she's in my top 10 favorite like characters ever in a horror movie. She's in my top 10.
So let's go to 2 more because we are running a little bit long.
Yeah,
we could do a part 2.
We can do that.
But yeah, K.
So my thought was Killjoy.
That's really smart. I like that.
Yeah. My thought was good old Killjoy.
He's fun. I just love clowns in general. Like, clowns are my weakness. Yeah. I love them. Anything clown media related, I'm there. I love that stuff. But Killjoy's fun. Not very many people know about him. Yeah. Gosh, I think I saw that movie. I want to say, like, I kid you not. It was when I first started my job as a mortician, and it was on like late night TV. Mm-hmm. And I just remember staying up being like, I got work tomorrow, but this is really enjoyable.
Yes. Yeah, I found Killjoy because Killjoy is featured in a lot of packs. So they'll have, I believe, I want to say Killjoy's Full Moon, but if not, they'll have like packs that are of the same company. Mm-hmm. Let's just say Full Moon. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But they'll have like, other movies with it. And it had like Killjoy 1, 2, and 3. And that's how I actually discovered it, is it was packaged with a movie that I wanted, and it was 2 or 3 of them, because I'll buy those like 9 packs.
Oh man, those are so fun.
I freaking love them.
And they got weird stuff in it.
I have one where it's Return of the Living Dead 3 in the pack.
Oh, are you kidding? That's weird.
Yeah. I have another one that has Reanimator, Bride of Reanimator. And I want to say Beyond Reanimator.
Beyond Reanimator, so fun.
Yeah. Dude, those 9 packs, I've got probably the best ones that exist.
That's awesome. Yes. I remember as a kid looking at those like packs when they were on sale during like, Halloween time. Yeah. And I will never forget like looking at those and being like, they have like, of course they have like the covers that have nothing to do with whatever the movie's actually about. Yeah. And it's like, oh, this looks neat. Killer dolls are on this one. Cool. What do you got? Like the whole demonic toys collection. I'm like, or like Doll Man and demonic toys. Exactly. It's like, or also just dolls, like the movie Dolls. Yes. And it's
that's the one that has the little girl in a pink dress, right? On the cover?
Yes, where she's holding eyeballs. Yep. Oh my gosh, so iconic. Yeah. We definitely will be doing a video on our favorite physical media. Yes. And you'll get to see our faces again, hopefully. Yes. And have more guests. So that'll be coming soon.
So yeah, I like Killjoy.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good one. I like that one. The one I had was Krampus, but at this point, he's way too well known. Yeah. So Killjoy is definitely more
Killjoy knocks him off.
I like that. So, L, I got 2.
Okay, let's hear them, because I don't know.
Okay, this will be the last one that we do. We might do a part 2 of this, because, we got lots of ideas.
Yeah, because I've got some other good ones that I want to add to the list, so.
All right. So, I have Leslie Vernon.
Yes. Oh, that
Behind the Mask.
Yes, Behind the Mask. Yeah, I was trying to think of that.
Oh, yes. My friend introduced me to that one because I don't know how it's okay. No, I do know how it slipped past the radar because it's such an obscure, interesting movie. It's a meta movie before Scream. Get out of here. This one did it first, and it sets it up like a documentary about this serial killer.
Yes, I have it on VHS and on DVD.
I love that movie. Yes. It's so fun. And, like, Leslie Vernon is such a fun character. Mm-hmm. You can't help but like the dude. Yeah. Even though he's doing this horrific, horrible things. But it's like, you're an awesome guy. Yes. I want to be your friend.
Absolutely.
Then the other one I had was Lord Crumb from Bad Taste.
Bad Taste. Awesome cover.
Right.
Awesome cover.
The alien with the flipping the bird.
Yes. Awesome cover.
Did you know that cover actually came with an alternative because they were so worried about like kids seeing it in movie stores? So apparently when it came in through the movie stores, mom and pops did have the option to put a second finger on the alien so it looks like he's doing a peace sign instead of flipping the bird.
Oh, that's awesome.
Gosh, that's awesome. So for those of you that don't know, Bad Taste was directed by the one and only...
I do not know this.
You don't?
I don't know this.
You don't know?
I don't even want to venture.
It's the same dude that did Dead Alive and Lord of the Rings.
I was going to say Peter Jackson.
Yes,
seriously,
good job. You got it.
I was just getting ready to be like, I don't want to say Peter Jackson
it's
because
Peter
I'm
Jackson.
So scared that that's not right.
Nope, you're so correct.
Oh, damn it. See, I should have grew up here and said, hey, Peter Jackson.
But you did. So, yeah, Peter Jackson and Lord Crumb is like the head alien that like leads the whole thing. And it's just, it's such a weird movie. If you can find it, I know I found a rip of it on YouTube. It's odd and so good.
It's so good. See, those are the movies that like I will write down. So I go to the conventions. So I know we're gonna wrap it up. I go to the conventions, and the one that I've gone to in Indian Chicago, there's a guy that like rips movies that you cannot get anymore. It's where I purchased Hellroller.
Oh, that's nice.
Which, yes, was one of me and Blake's favorite movies. I haven't watched it again yet, but I just remember it's about a dude who rolls around in a wheelchair and stabs people with a pocket knife.
That's funny.
And that is the basis for like a me and Blake movie when we were teens. Absolutely.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and then I bought I think it's called Chop Shop, but it's the cover art is a guy that looks like Roseanne's husband, John Goodman.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like him. And he's got a welding mask flipped up. And he's got, like, I think a welding gun with an eyeball on top. I think it's called Chop Shop.
That's beautiful.
I will send Luke the picture and we can include it in this. We're probably going to have to include a lot of imagery.
Right.
So that everyone knows, like, what we're talking about.
So, like, the YouTube channel, like, please always support us by downloading, you know, and, you know, from anywhere that you fill your ear holes with our beautiful voices, especially Apple Music, because, you know, we get bonus points on there, especially if you leave a review. But yeah, as far as on YouTube, it's easier to see all the things that we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Just so you have an idea. Maybe even try to seek these things out, because I know like certain, not all, but certain streaming services have it, especially Tubi. Yeah. Tubi is like the place that I go to because like, oh, you have the weird stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, definitely. We'll definitely have to do a two-parter of this one because I'd like to know your other thoughts, and let's come up with more ideas, and you guys help us. Help us figure out some more stuff for the rest of the alphabet.
So, what did we leave off on? We were left on at Leslie Vernon, right? L?
Yep, L.
Okay. All right, so we will pick it back up from there. So we appreciate everyone hanging with us. Again, please subscribe, like, all that sort of stuff. Do anything that's in the ether to kind of help us out. We're trying to get a little following together, like we said, for some of these events. We're going to be doing charity stuff, so it's going to be good. It's going to be worth it. So, yeah, that's about all we got. So look after each other, and good night, cellar dwellers. Bye.